Good morning, everyone. My name is Nicholas. I will be your host today, along with our very own Reverend David Old.
Well, here at Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor, we draw upon the universal wisdom that's found at the heart of all the world's religions. And we offer a spiritually progressive, socially responsive, and radically inclusive approach to life that is as practical as it is mystical. So we come together to encourage and support one another in our individual spiritual journeys. And so we're really delighted that you joined us today.
And for today's music is being presented by Adam Bergman. And we are so happy to have Adam here to provide us with his beautiful music. And now we'd like to take a moment to settle down and get into a quiet space as I prepare to read the prayer for today. The prayer I've chosen comes from our daily word. Holy Creator, if I measure prosperity by the number of possessions or the amount of money I have, I might worry about losing these things or not having enough of them. But if I measure prosperity by the presence and the power of my spiritual gift, I realize I am heir to an unlimited supply of divine ideas, such as love, imagination, and prosperity. My prosperity is boundless. I have within me the power to create a joy-filled life for myself. I share my prosperity by loving freely, giving generously, and forgiving easily. When I think of how my divine gifts can enrich me and the dear ones in my life, I realize that that kind of prosperity is so much more precious than any status of wealth on earth. And it is so. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Also, I just want to let everyone know that Sean Jarkey, Sean right here, he's our prayer chaplain for today. And if any of you would like someone to pray with after the service, he will be up in our prayer room upstairs and will be delighted to pray with you.
And we have a prayer box just over under the side here. You can place your prayer requests in the prayer box, and our prayer chaplain team will hold those requests in prayer with you.
Also, we have a silent unity group that is available for anyone that would like to have prayer at any time, 24 hours, 7 days a week. There is a person available to pray with you at Silent Unity, and that number is 1-800-NOW-PRAY.
And now it is time for some music. Adam, what do you have for us today?
Good morning. Thanks, Nicholas. Welcome everyone here and at home for joining. We are at the second last Sunday of August already. The leaves are starting to turn. The temperatures are starting to cool. We take that time as we go into cold season with nature, and we start to go more inward as well. So it's been a beautiful summer. And from this summer and this very warm weather, for the next song, I Am Healed. I feel very healed. We've had more than enough warmth and heat. So let's think about everything this summer and this warm season that's helped us heal, or that journey of continuing to heal. Up from our feet, our hands, down from our head with our spirit and soul, from the earth and then back to the earth. Let's sing about it right now. Please stand and join. You wish to sing, I Am Healed. Up from my feet, I call the healing power. Up from my feet, I draw to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Up from my feet, I know that I am healed. Know that I am healed. In through my hands, I call the healing power in through my hands. I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it in through my hands. I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Down from my head, I call the healing power. Down from my head, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Down from my head, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. With my spirit and soul, I call the healing power. With my spirit and soul, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. With my spirit and soul, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Up from the earth, I call the healing power. Up from the earth, I draw it to my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Up from the earth, I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Send it back to the earth. I send the healing power back to the earth. I've claimed it from my heart. It's already here. I only need to claim it. Back to the earth. I know that I am healed. I know that I am healed. Thank you. I really like that one. I love seeing everyone get involved in having their own spiritual relationship with the music every time. So thank you all for having me. It's been such a fun summer. We miss you, Mike. He's going to be back for September, but it's been really fun getting to sing to these beautiful tracks that he's helped record and mix as well. And the music here at Unity is such a big part of our experience, so I thank you all for having me. And like everything in life, the word amazing, awe-inspiring. I think about that a lot, how many things. And I still go back, Reverend David, to you talking about the birds traveling over the Pacific to get to from one place to another, how amazing, awe-inspiring, the awe in that. So I love this next song, reminding us that amazingness is in everything and everyone and inside all of us. This is God is so amazing. God is so amazing, shining through you. God is so amazing, shining through you. One look in your eyes and you know it's true. God is so amazing, shining through you. God is so amazing, shining through me. God is so amazing, shining through me. One look in my eyes and you can see. God is so amazing, shining through me. God is so amazing, shining through us. God is so amazing, shining through us. Your heart and my heart is the sweetest love. God is so amazing. God is so amazing. God is so amazing, shining through us, so amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Those are good choices. Tie in with the message today. So unity teaches that each person is a unique individual expression of God, and that we create our experiences of life according to the thoughts and the feelings that we hold in mind.
Unity was founded on prayer. We believe and teach that affirmative prayer and meditation changes us by raising our consciousness and helping us realize our connection with the divine and the truth of who we are.
Our affirmation for the month of August is, I rest as the awareness in which abundance flows. Would you repeat that with me? I rest as the awareness in which abundance flows. And now, Adam, you have a special piece of music for us. Looking forward to this.
Thank you. Again, welcome everyone. Sunday, August 24th, second last Sunday. August and summer, and I know summer technically keeps on past September, but you know, there's something about the kids going back to school that feels like the page is turned. This song, although at face value is from a Disney classic, the more I look at it as I get older, you know, the first lyric, there's a calm surrender to the rush of day. I feel that's why we all connect with unity, is to come here for a moment of calm, a moment of peace, a moment of stillness, a moment of connecting with each other, virtually or in person, before, during, and after. And this song, of course, is about love, but the more I dive into it, you know, from a kid to now, is the connectiveness and the nature between all things being one and one thing being all. And that's really what I get from this song now. The love that's strung throughout everything being connected. And the abundance of all of that beautiful connection and beauty. So this is Can You Feel the Love Tonight? There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. And can you feel the love tonight? where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we've gone this far. And can you feel the love tonight, tonight, how it's laid to rest? It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. There's a time for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors when the heart of the star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we've gone this far. But can you feel the love tonight, tonight, how it's laid to rest, laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. Oh, it's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. Thank you.
Great job, Adam. You love that song. Beautiful. Good morning. Good to see all of you. You probably notice I have a nice fashion statement here. About a month ago, I broke my right hand. I was out at the gym trying to stay healthy and ended up tripping and falling when I was jogging, and I broke my hand. And anyway, had an operation on it. They had to screw the bone back together, but it's healing nicely, and which I'm very glad to say. Anyway, we want to welcome also those of you who are joining us online, whether you're joining us live today or you're joining us later through our archived files. We're glad that you joined us. And we are glad that each and every one of you are here. So I always enjoy, if I can find one, opening with something that will make us laugh. And I actually ran across this. I've used this. It was years ago that I remember doing this. And for some reason, it just even is funnier now than it was 5 or 6 years ago when I first used it. So here it is. This is called God Created Canada. So on the 6th day, God turned to the archangel Gabriel and said, "Today I am going to create a land called Canada. It will be a land of outstanding natural beauty. It shall have tall, majestic mountains, beautiful, sparkling lakes that are bountiful with bass and trout. There'll be forests full of elk and moose, high cliffs overlooking sandy beaches with an abundance of sea life, and rivers stocked with salmon. God continued. He said, I shall make the land rich in oil, so to make the inhabitants prosper. I shall call these inhabitants Canadians, and they shall be known as the most friendly and kindest people on earth. But Lord, asked Gabriel, don't you think you're being too generous to those Canadians? Not really, replied God. Just wait until I make their neighbors. Like I said, I found this much funnier now than I did 5 years ago. So today we are continuing our journey into the heart of prosperity. Not as something that we chase, but something that we awaken to. In my talk 2 weeks ago, Prosperity Principles, Living from the Inside Out, we explored a foundational truth. Prosperity begins with consciousness, not conditions. We affirmed that true abundance is not earned through effort or acquisition, but revealed through spiritual identity. When we live from the inside out, we shift from reacting to outer circumstances to responding from inner truth. So let's anchor ourselves with our August affirmation again. I rest as the awareness in which abundance flows. Will you repeat that with me? I rest as the awareness in which abundance flows. So let's deepen our awareness this week by adding this second part. I am rooted in divine substance. My supply flows from within. Would you repeat that with me? I am rooted in divine substance. My supply flows from within. This isn't just a comforting phrase. It's actually a radical reorientation of how we understand abundance. It reminds us that our source is not external. It's not it's not the economy. It's not our job. It's not even our personal talents. Those are channels, not origins. So our true source is spirit, eternal, infinite, and always present. We are spiritual beings, expressions of divine substance, expressions of that divine substance itself. And when we remember that, we stop chasing supply outside of ourselves and we begin to receive it from within. This shift asks us to stay open, receptive, and aligned, not with the ego or our false self. The false self that believes that it must earn, that it must prove, that it must control. But we're called to align with the deeper truth of who we are. When we live from that truth, abundance doesn't have to be forced. It flows. Not because we deserve it, but because we are it. So what do we mean when we by the term effortless abundance? So let's be clear. Effortless abundance does not mean passive. It means aligned. Effortless abundance is the natural flow that arises when we stop striving and start trusting. It's the difference between paddling upstream and letting the current carry us. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing from a place of being. In unity, we affirm that God is our source. We are channels, not creators of supply. This principle invites us to shift from control to cooperation. We don't manufacture abundance. We allow it. We don't force outcomes. We align with divine flow. So earlier this month, we had the Diamond Approach teacher Lou Ware with us. He joined us for a divine conversation. Now, the Diamond Approach is a spiritual teachings of A.H. Almas, who has been one of my spiritual teachers. I've been familiar with his work and have read his books. He has written over 30 books, Almas. And I love his teachings. And the Diamond Approach teachings offers a beautiful complement to our unity teachings, especially on abundance. It invites us to explore not just spiritual principles, but the lived, felt experience of true nature, of our true nature, what it calls being. In this path, being is not an abstract idea. It's not a distant deity. It is the living presence within us, the essence of who we are, beyond our personality, beyond our roles, beyond our conditioning. It shows up as peace, joy, strength, love, and yes, fullness. And here's the key insight. When the ego relaxes, being expresses itself in fullness. Now, this doesn't mean that the ego is bad, okay? It's simply limited. The ego is that part of us that tries to manage life through control, comparison, and self-image. It's the part that says, I must prove my worth. I need to grasp for more. Or I'm not enough unless I achieve. But when we begin to let go of these patterns, then we stop grasping. We stop posturing and proving. And when we do so, something extraordinary happens. We don't collapse into emptiness. We open into presence. Our deeper nature begins to radiate. And that radiance is our abundance. Not just material wealth, but emotional richness, relational depth, and spiritual vitality. It's the kind of abundance that doesn't depend on circumstances. It flows from the inside out. So, effortless abundance in this view isn't about doing less. It's about being more. More present, more real, more attuned to the divine flow, already moving through us. So when we align with being, we become channels of the divine supply, not through effort, but through openness. This is the perfect time for us to have a guided reflection. We'll have another meditation at the end of this talk, but I want you to just let all of this sink in. So take a moment right now. You can close your eyes if you wish, and I invite you to turn inward. You don't have to close your eyes, but just relax in your seat and feel yourself supported in the seat that you're sitting in. And let your breath become natural. No need to change it. Just notice your breathing. And I invite you to just gently bring your attention to that part of you that's always trying to manage life. The part that wants to prove, to grasp, to control. Can you feel that within you? Can you feel that part of you? Not to judge it, but just to notice it. And notice it with kindness. Now I want you to imagine that part of you that wants to control and prove and grasp. Imagine that part softening. Like a hand unclutched. Or like a mask that just gently falls off. So as it relaxes, as that part of you relaxes, notice what begins to emerge beneath it. A quiet presence. A sense of spaciousness. A subtle warmth, aliveness. This is your deeper nature. This is your true self. This is your being. You don't need to earn it. You don't need to achieve it. It simply is. And from this place, abundance begins to flow. Again, not from effort, but from openness. Not from striving, but from allowing. So let yourself just rest there, just for a few more breaths. And as you rest there, feel the fullness that's always present within you. Feel that emotional richness, that spiritual vitality, that relational warmth. It's within each and every one of us, and it's there. And you can tap into it at any time you wish. So this is the abundance of being. And it's yours, not someday, but right now. So when you're ready, you can gently return your attention to this room. And I want you to carry that radiance that you felt. I want you to carry it with you. Be mindful of it for the rest of the day. Take it with you as you go out and go home. Because it is always with you. We just need to make ourselves aware of it on a regular basis. Remind ourselves, not get so distracted. So, effortless abundance isn't blocked by lack. It's blocked by inner contraction. When we carry unconscious beliefs and emotional patterns that keep us from receiving the fullness of life, let's name a few of those. Fear and scarcity mindset. The belief that there's not enough or I'm not enough. That creates a subtle tension in the body and the mind. It leads us to grasp, to hoard, or overextend, cutting us off from the flow of grace. You know, like me, my mother as a child grew up in the Depression, the Great Depression. And of course, my parents' parents grew up as adults in the Great Depression. And when people have that as a mindset, and they think that things are that way, that there's not enough. And in the Depression, let's face it, people experienced that. But it's something that they carried with them. I remember my grandmother who saved every piece of foil. She would wash off the foil and she cleaned it and she folded it and she saved it. She saved twine. She had a big ball of twine and she saved all the string to use. She saved her little pieces of soap so she could make more soap. My mother, I look at my mother, and when she passed away, I was astounded at all the stuff that she had accumulated. You know, the drawers that were full of little caps and lids to something that I don't know, you know. It was, but it's a mindset. She was influenced by that Great Depression, and it was something that she lived with at the mindset. And that is something that so many people live with, this idea that there is not enough, that we're not enough. So that's one unconscious belief that keeps us from receiving the fullness of life. Another obstacle is over-identification with doing. In our culture, worth is often measured by productivity. We become so identified with effort, achievement, and proving ourselves that we lose touch with the deeper truth. The deeper truth that we are already whole. Being, not doing, is the source of true abundance. There's this myth of earning abundance. Many of us are taught that abundance must be earned through relentless hard work, moral perfection, or spiritual merit. But spiritual tradition reminds us that abundance is not a reward. It's a birthright. Actually, Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, spoke directly to this truth when he wrote in his book, Prosperity, "It is your birthright to be prosperous, regardless of who you are or where you may be." It's your birthright. This powerful affirmation dismantles the illusion that prosperity is conditional. It's not tied to status, effort, or circumstance. It flows from our spiritual identity as expressions of divine substance. So when we align with our true nature, we don't earn abundance, we receive it. We open to the infinite good that is already present, already ours, waiting not for our worthiness, but for our willingness. Another block is this idea of that we have to, is letting go of control and trusting divine order. And this is perhaps the most radical shift of ideas. The ego wants to manage outcomes, but the soul knows how to surrender. Trusting divine order means recognizing that life unfolds with intelligence, even when we don't understand it. When we release control, we make space for grace. Michael Bernard Beckwith is a CSL spiritual teacher that many of you are familiar with. He made the statement, "The universe is not withholding, it is waiting." It's waiting for us to let go of control and trusting in the divine order that is already there. So this sets the stage for our next part of this exploration, the spiritual faculty that helps us choose alignment over effort. Last Sunday, we had the pleasure of welcoming Kathy Harwood Long, whose message was on the spiritual faculty of will. And it was really very timely, I believe, and very transformative from those that I've spoken to that heard her. Her insights continue to have a ripple effect through our community, and especially as we explore the theme of effortless abundance. So she was talking about one of Unity's 12 powers, which our 12 powers are Unity teachings, and one of those 12 powers is will. Will is the capacity to choose, not from egoic effort, but from spiritual alignment. It's the inner faculty that allows us to say yes to what's true and no to what no longer serves us. Kathy reminded us that will isn't about pushing harder or powering through. It's about discernment. It's the quiet strength that helps us align our personal will with divine will. As she noted in her message, she said, when personal will aligns with divine will, we move from striving to thriving. And this is the pivot point. When we're caught in striving, we often believe that abundance must be earned through effort. But Will invites us to pause, to listen, and to choose alignment instead. It's the difference between swimming upstream and flowing from the current, with the current. It's the difference between grasping and receiving, between control and trust. It's interesting, I was in a conversation earlier this morning and then also yesterday with Devani, and there were several of us talking about this past month or so has just been full of all of these, things that sort of felt really bad, some challenges. I mean, I broke my hand, and then other things that are just like heart opening. And I mean, we all had this similar experience about how we feel this flow. Despite what challenges come up, there's this flow that it's divine order. It's there. And we have really, truly experienced it this past month. A whole lot of us have. So when we choose alignment, something happens. We begin to live from the inside out. We become receptive to grace. We move not with strain, but with soul. So today, as we continue our journey into this effortless abundance, let's remember, will is not just a power, it's a practice. It's the daily choice to trust divine order, to release control, and to say yes to the deeper truth within us. So far we've explored the principles of effortless abundance, what it is, what blocks it, and how the spiritual faculty of will helps us choose alignment over effort. Now let's turn to practice. Because spiritual understanding becomes transformative only when it's lived. Here are 3 practices that help us move from concept to embodiment, from knowing about abundance to living it. The first one is affirmative prayer, not asking but claiming. In unity, prayer is not about pleading to a distant God. It's about claiming the truth that already exists in spirit. Affirmative prayer begins with the recognition that divine substance is already present. We're not trying to manifest something outside of us. We're aligning with what's already true within us. Here is an affirmation. I am one with divine abundance. I receive with ease. I give with joy. Will you repeat that with me? I am one with divine abundance. I receive with ease and I give with joy. This is an affirmation, but it is also a prayer. This kind of prayer shifts our vibration. It moves from lack to sufficiency, from effort to receptivity, and it's not passive, it's powerful because it affirms our spiritual identity as channels of divine supply. The second practice is mutual awakening meditation or guided stillness, or opening to the flow. Effortless abundance is not just a belief. It's a felt experience. And one of the most direct ways to access it is through stillness. Whether through guided meditation or mutual awakening practice, we open ourselves to the living presence of being. We drop beneath the noise of the mind and rest in the flow of divine intelligence. In mutual awakening, which we'll do a little bit at the end of this talk, we practice presence with one another, recognizing the sacred in the relational field. In guided stillness, we turn inward, and allow the fullness of being to emerge. We are not letting the ego guide us. We are totally sidestepping the ego, our false self, and following the wisdom that is found in Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. It invites us to pause, release striving, and rest in divine presence. It aligns beautifully with today's theme of effortless abundance, reminding us that in stillness we reconnect with the source, a source that's already flowing through us. Perhaps a better way of putting it is that we awaken from the illusion of separation from our source, because we are never separate from our source. So these practices help us to relax the ego's grip and attune to the flow that's already moving through us. I am open, I am present, I am in the flow. There's another affirmation for you. I am open, I am present, I am in the flow. The third practice is gratitude. Gratitude is a magnetism. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, the founders of the Unity movement, for them, gratitude was more than a polite gesture. It was a soul quality, a daily spiritual practice for them that opened to the divine flow. These are the words of Charles Fillmore in his book, Prosperity. He says, words are also seeds, and when dropped into the invisible spiritual substance, they grow and bring forth after their kind. So gratitude is more than a virtue. It's a spiritual technology. Gratitude expressed through affirming words becomes a creative force in consciousness. When we consciously notice what's already abundant, we magnetize more of it. Gratitude shifts our attention from what's missing to what's present, and in doing so, it opens the heart. It creates spaciousness, and it invites flow. I ran across this quote here by Robert Holden. He's a psychologist and spiritual teacher from England. He wrote that the real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. I love that quote. The more grateful, the real gift of gratitude is that the more grateful you are, the more present you become. The blessings are right here, right now, in this present moment. And that's where we have to be. So presence is the portal, and when we're present, we're receptive. When we're receptive, we're aligned with the divine current of abundance that's always flowing. So here's a simple practice. It's a morning gratitude practice. Each morning, when you get up, just name 3 things that feel abundant in your life. Not just material things, include emotional, relational, and spiritual gifts. Here's an example. You wake up in the morning and you say, I am grateful for the breath in my body. How many are you grateful for the breath in your body? I know I am, okay? I am grateful for the love in my life. We all have love in our life. Are we not grateful for that love? Whether it's from our spouse, from our children, from our friends, the love is there. And I am so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for all of you. And I am grateful for the truth in my heart. Are you grateful for the truth you know? Jesus said you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And my friend, that is true. Gratitude doesn't just change your mood, it changes your field. It aligns with the frequency of abundance. So these practices are not one-time events. They're invitations to live from the inside out, to embody effortless abundance in daily life. So I invite you to let these practices be your companions. Let them be your reminders. Let them be your way of saying yes to the divine flow that's already here. So as we come to a close to today's message, let's return to that still point. The place within us that doesn't strive, doesn't grasp, doesn't fear. The place that simply is. So we've explored today the nature of effortless abundance. We've named the inner blocks that obscure it. We've remembered the spiritual faculty of will and how it helps us choose alignment. We've practiced ways to live from the inside out through prayer, meditation, and gratitude. So now we're going to rest. So let's begin with our August affirmation one more time. So repeat that with me. I rest as the awareness in which abundance flows. I rest in the awareness in which abundance flows. So let that affirmation settle in your heart. And let it be more than just words. Let it be a doorway. I rest in the awareness in which abundance flows. So as we rest in this awareness in which abundance flows, and prepare to enter into our time of meditation, let's now speak a closing affirmation that gathers all that we've explored today. So here is the closing affirmation. It's on the slide. I release striving and choose alignment. Repeat that with me. I release striving and choose alignment. I trust divine order. I trust divine order. I open to the flow of grace. I open to the flow of grace. I live from the fullness of being. From the fullness of being. So let's carry this into our brief mutual awakening meditation. It's a practice of shared presence where we attune not just to our being, but to the sacred field between us. Unlike solitary meditation, mutual awakening invites us into relational awareness. It's a way of connecting from the depth of presence, speaking and listening not with words, but with being. In this space, we awaken to the felt sense of interconnectedness and allow divine intelligence between us, to flow between us. So let's begin our mutual awakening meditation. I invite you to close your eyes if you will, but you don't have to, because you'll get the instructions. So let's just get settled in our seats, relax, and I want you to feel supported, feel comfortable. Again, let your breathing be natural and let it be easy. Just be aware of it. Now, gently bring your attention to your own presence. Not your thoughts, not your roles, just the quiet awareness that's always here. That is your presence. That which is aware. Now, if you're with someone and you wish to do this, turn toward them gently and let your eyes meet and feel the connection. It was so neat that the song that Adam chose talked about looking into each other's eyes and seeing each other's being. So if you feel comfortable doing so, just look into the person that you're with and look into their eyes and feel your connection. And if you're alone, you can imagine the presence of another, someone you feel safe with. Just use your imagination, or simply the divine presence that's always with you. And so what I want you to do is to begin to notice the field between you and the person that you're with, or the people that are surrounding you here in this room, or with you at home if you are joining us online. Feel this space of connection, this space of shared aliveness, and let yourself rest in that field. No need to speak, just be in this relationship, this relational field, this field of connection, this field of infinite possibility. And I want you affirm with me right now, I am here, you are here, we are the flow. I am here, you are here, we are the flow. So I invite you to feel the abundance, not as something that you possess, but as something you are. Feel that fullness of being, expressing through presence, through connection, through grace. So feel that connection, feel that fullness, feel your connection with everything in this room, and just stay there for a few minutes and let the silence just deepen and let your awareness expand. So we're going to spend just a few minutes here in the silence, being fully open to the spaciousness, to this presence, open and receptive. We are feeling the connection. We are feeling the oneness. We are feeling the presence of our true essence, of our true being. And it is one. When you are ready, you can gently begin to return your presence to this, your attention to this room. And I invite you, bring your attention, when you bring your attention back here, bring it with gratitude. Bring it, feel the openness that you've just felt and experienced. And also just remember the quiet knowing that you tapped into as we rested in the silence. And that knowing is that abundance is already here. We live and we move and we have our being in that abundance. Thank you for being here. Namaste.
Well, thank you, David, for that wonderful talk. We are truly blessed to have you here among us.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Well, we have a global vision, so let's go ahead and speak that. It's on our screen here. Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening.
And we have a sacred mission. Will you say that with me, please?
We inspire and empower spiritual growth to awaken us and transform the world. And we have a personal statement of being. Will you please say that with me? I am a dynamic center of the Christ light, mighty to unfold my good and radiate that good to all.
And we have a few important announcements for you today. Remember, additional information about these and other classes and events can be found in our newsletter and on our Unity Spiritual Center of Windsor website.
Next Sunday, Mariette Jones, our licensed Unity teacher, will be our guest speaker, and her topic is letting the ghost out of the closet.
Our second annual nature retreat will be held on Saturday, September 6th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Holy Family Retreat House, located at 500 Oxley Beach Drive in Essex. The cost is only $65 and you must sign up online. This retreat is being organized by the Earth Care community. So if you have any questions, please contact Annette Demers or Mariette Jones. Since we're running out of time, it is very important for people to finalize their registration for the nature retreat by sending the $65 via e-transfer to unitycenterwindsor@gmail.com. And please put Nature Retreat on the e-transfer.
So on Saturday, September the 13th, Reverend Kathy Harwood Long will be with us again. And she is going to be, this is on a Saturday, it's from 9 o'clock until 12. She's going to be doing a Council of All Beings. It's a Council of All Beings experience. Have any of you experienced that? The Council of All Beings. It's truly a remarkable little ritual experience. I had the pleasure of doing it with Kathy. She and I did the first one she did and the first one I did. We did it together. It's practice. It's rooted in the deep ecology and designed to help participants reconnect with the living earth by stepping beyond the human identity and speaking on behalf of other life forms. It's really a very imaginary, beautiful experience. So if you're interested, this is going to be taking place. It's free of charge. It's just an incredible event. It really is. And this is September the 13th, 9 to 12. It'll be upstairs in our fellowship hall.
And on September 14th, our guest speaker will be Lisa Gottlieb.
Mm-hmm.
And after the service, she will be facilitating a workshop entitled Growing Peace, listening and speaking with compassionate communication.
And Lisa's been here several times, and all of you know what a wonderful facilitator she is. And so we're delighted to have her back. Also, just a reminder that Sean Sharkey is our prayer chaplain today, and he will be available upstairs directly after the service for anyone that would like someone to pray with.
All of our classes, programs, and services are made possible by the generous donations of your time, talent, and treasure. We are deeply grateful for all of our volunteers and your financial support. Our heartfelt thanks for your continuous support.
And donating is very simple. You can go online and donate there. There's several ways to do so on the website. Also, our offering box, love offering box, is right over here as you come in from the foyer. And if you have a love offering that you'd like to drop off, that's where to drop that off today. Anyway, for your prayers, for your time, your love, your presence, your service, and your support, we're grateful. Thank you.
We now invite you to stand up and let's open our hearts and minds in gratitude as we close out by speaking out loud or silently to ourselves our love offering blessing prayer, followed by the closing song of Wonderful World, and finally with the prayer of protection.
Okay. Divine love in me and through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed days, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Of the love surrounds us.
We are light.
The love of the divine enfolds us.
We are love.
The peace of love protects us.
We are peace.
The power of love protects us. We are power.
We are power.
The presence of love watches over us. We are presence. And wherever we are, love is.
All is divine.
And my friends, you truly are. Thank you for being here, and please join us upstairs for refreshments and some good conversation. Thank you.
And thank you, Adam, for a wonderful performance.
Thank you.
Thank
Ibrahim
you,
as well.
Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you.